What's up, Storm Watches? Uh, I just got back from looking at chapter 7 of RWBY Volume 6, and of course, you know how it goes here. When I see the episode like a good 2 times, I go straight to this to tell y'all how I feel about it, discuss about it, and quickie critique it, and give theories, and set up a little discussion session here and there to talk about what's going on and what's good and whatnot about it. Uh, when it opens up, the episode opens up with more or less Neo and Cinder talking about how they're gonna get the new relic of power from Atlas. If I think I kind of went over my head a little bit. I'm not gonna lie, but more or less they discussed their evil scheme. And in a nutshell, yeah, they're gonna talk about their new little heist they're gonna do about stealing the next relic, and then it oddly for some reason goes straight to Maria Calivera's backstory, and after they more or less tell it, where she was a legendary huntress who got blinded trying to fight a bunch of bandits, and this lizard shark person just literally just swipes her ass with literally without a minute of hesitation, and she had this really strong Stalky Bridges accent. I could have just spared your life, but instead I'm gonna keep your knife onto my balls because of those silver eyes. So I guess we can all, infer probably whatever that lizard person, shark person probably worked for was head tasked to Salem, because Salem in a certain way I guess has a thing against the silver ass, because they kill her precious little black sex toys. So yeah, I guess why so I guess that my thought probably they were linked somewhere to Salem, or they probably were just raiders being raiders, I guess, or whatever reason. I mean, what was even the point of even bringing it up in the first place if it was just literally a passing event, a passing thought within the series? You're just going to bring it up, if especially when you're talking about this character's backstory, in which you're trying to explain how she got those the visor around her face, how she lost her eyes and whatnot. Sometimes every time I look at that character, I swear, they're just building her up right now, but she's like gonna be totally irrelevant in like the next season or so, or as more as the series continue or something. I'm not really sure what's the season limit for Ruby. I don't. I like Ruby. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't go to hell and back just to get everything of it drilled in my head. I just like it. I watch it casually here and there when it comes. I still, interest myself in past seasons. Volume 3, best one of all time. But that's besides the point. So pretty much saying, Maria Calivera's character, like, for the moment she's cool, but it's kind of hard to care because in like the next season or so, she's just going to be another footnote character that primarily served a purpose for this said season. But I could be wrong though. She could be the new stand-in for Ospen, and that's what it's kind of starting to look like. Like what we saw of Ospen, that could have been just the last film. Like he said, you know what, fuck it, I'm just gonna not gonna stick around. Like that could be the last of them. We never know. Maria Calivera might be his new step in. We never know. Just a prediction. Like I said, this video is mostly doing a quick review and discussion and prediction on it. That's all I'm just saying. Um. So yeah, that aside, her little more or less her background story, I feel like it would have been more appropriate if they actually just opened that in the beginning of the episode than of just, seeing pretty much a pointless scene uh of Cinder and Neo talk about their next dastardly deed, which we kind of already have that their new Deathly deed we kind of already have, you know, an idea of. So I kind of just felt like if they just took that scene off and begin the episode with that. I'm not suggesting anything. That's not what I do here. I said it in my past videos. I don't make the writers write something from my mind. They write whatever they want. But all I'm just saying, I think it would have just been more appropriate if they started off with that, then continued it on. That's all I'm saying. Not giving any suggestions, not pointing fingers at the artist, the original artist. This is their intellectual property. Although how like really bad the writing can get, this is their writing. I'm not telling them to change it. All I'm doing is critiquing it, giving theories and giving discussions. That's all I'm doing. I just want to say that so y'all. So I just want to say that so I can be perfectly clear on more so the topic of this video and what I meant by pretty much them taking that scene out, just putting that there. Uh, and This episode kind of has like some really odd pacing. And what's the word I'm looking for? MacGuffin, would that be the word I'm looking for? I guess, or red herring more so. Uh, yeah, I'm not. I mean, you know, I'm big on vocabulary terms and whatnot, but some of them kind of slip in my mind. You know, I got a whole lot of shit to be focusing on. Some shit just literally do slip out my mind, and that's a lot coming from a guy who pretty much has really keen memory. But that aside, I kind of feel like this episode had some really odd pacing. So more or less after Calivera more or less gets her little sob story out, literally no joke, like 13 minutes in the episode, well, not 13, like give or take 2 minutes into the episode, literally Ruby's scroll is called by John, and as soon as she hears it, she picks it up, and John says, "Hey guys, are you at the city yet?" And Ruby's like, "No, we're still traveling through the snow." And then literally they say, "Oh really?" Because Argus is like a mile away from here, and lo and behold, they literally do turn their head and look, and there's Argus. I just kind of thought that was just really badly paced, like so much for Rude being this really journey inspired adventure action fantasy concept going on. By the way, in terms of action, I felt like the fighting choreography specifically for the English lizard shark person and young Calivera, I thought that fight was pretty good because that's pretty much the only fight of the episode. But I just found that like that was a really good choreography that Ruby had in a long time. So I have to give a clap to that. That was pretty good. Uh, anyway, more or less they get to Arcus, and it's this really 1930-ish San Francisco esque theme city going on and whatnot. You got trolleys, everything is slanted, just like San Francisco. It's this really noir, this really roaring 20s esque thing going on with it a bit. Although some characters do dress modern, but the overall scenery of Argus, is kind of different. And I know in the past I've said some harsh things about Ruby's lack of world building, and in this particular scene in general, I'm not going to exactly say it's pitch perfect, but at least it made Arcus look distinguishable from other places. Like it actually does seem like its own purpose, its own place. So yeah, I kind of did like the concept of that. They kind of did pull that off. I mean, they did that with anything else, then it would be spectacular. But yeah, that aside, if they pulled that off, it was acceptable. It was great. It was all right. I did like how they tried to distinguish it. So yeah, that's also a good job. But we kind of had to see what the city's culture, its people, what they do, the religion, that to expand more on its coulda, shoulda world building. So they literally get there. They greet everyone, John and all of them, and Ren and Nora all meet them again, which again, kind of actually made me feel a lot of mixed feelings about that scene because I always when more or less when the first episode of Volume 6 opened up, like pretty much like halfway there, I guess it kind of always had this feeling like Team Juniper, you won't see them again. Like they did their part, just like Marie Calivera would be just another footnote character in RWBY. I just always found them like, okay, they did their part in Volume 4 to 5. Now they're gone. But I just feel like they're just going back to the same shit when they introduced them. I mean, yeah, it's good, and all that. It was greeting them. They're pretty much like a big family, but I just feel like it was just pointless shoehorning. Like when Volume 6 opened up, it felt like that particular group, Ruby and Juniper, it was gone. It was done. It happened. It was there. Now it's gone. That's what I always saw Volume 6 as, like the ending of Team Juniper. But lo and behold, they were just in Argus, and they pretty much just got back again. So there's some plot recycling, but that is sad. We were eventually introduced to apparently one of John's older siblings, his sister. That everyone for some reason just had this really just odd thing going on. Like they're just so surprised by her and whatnot. It was just like for a split second, like, oh, who's that? Who's the baby? Oh, just looking really dumbfounded. And talking about just really odd moments in this episode, it kind of seemed like RWBY paid a lot of attention. RWBY the series, not the character. I felt like the show, for some reason, oddly paid a lot of attention to RWBY hugging John for some reason. Like, I mean, I'm not pushing a ship. That's not why I'm bringing this up. This is not why I'm discussing this particular scene. I'm just saying it was just really just out there. It was really out of line. It just happened, like, and they paid a lot of attention to it for some reason. I'm not pushing a ship. Let me just get that perfectly clear. It's not me shipping anything, because I know some people already are thinking it, but it was just kind of odd that they panned the scene to them for that really brief moment for some reason. And then more or less we go to John's sister's house, where apparently we're renting or was being held at, just like they were being held in the house for a minute and throughout Volume 5 for a minute. So yeah, again, like I said, plot recycling. But yeah, that is sad. Then we're pretty much eventually introduced to more or less apparently John's girlfriend. Oh gosh. Oh, John's sister has a girlfriend. Oh, she's a lesbian. Oh God. Oh, this is actually the first time they introduced an openly gay character and not just mentioned it here and there. Like this is actually we actually see her. She's openly gay. I mean, Yang is definitely a dyke. Yang's definitely a dyke. Ilia's definitely a dyke. But no, she's an open carpet chewer. Ooh, this is gonna start some controversy. Ooh, where's the Rule 34 when we need it? But no, seriously though, I feel like Rooster Teeth was just waiting a long time to just finally say, boom, here's an open gay character for our LGB QTVG DDVOV PVG 123 Applesauce B LG DDV group. So here's this character juicing this shit out there, but that's what it fucking be looking like. How they should be spelled out the acronym. But no, seriously. And this time around again, Nora just get her optimism just gets cringier each arc, each season, which in this episode in particular just kind of got like just mind-numbingly annoying, and it just kind of just really put me out of the whole reunion session of this episode, so to speak. Like, I get it. Like, it's a bit swelling on my mind and whatnot. But on the set of the the lesbian couple, this is the first really actually open one. It's not hinted. It's not, you know, put in little moments here and there. No, this is actually officially Ruby's first really open. Hey honey, homosexual couple. So yeah, I guess that's one thing to say about it and whatnot. I mean, you gay, I get it. I'm kind of just like me, in spirit. The, let's not get it twisted and whatnot. And then more or less they talk about something about a military or something going on, and he couldn't get to it. And then we see our heroes get there, and it close right in their fucking faces. And that's where the episode ends. And it made me think like, wow, this episode really jumped to A to Z like real fucking quick. It's kind of hard to actually just savor it. I think that's the reason why I really watch RWBY episodes back to back, like a good 2 to 3 times, because they're like so incredibly short and not everything, swells in enough. So I watch it about like 2 to 3 times so I can have it all drilled in my brain before I make these videos, or in general, because if I feel like I missed something, or things were so fast it went over my head. But yeah, that's pretty much what I gotta say about it. I felt like the beginning part of the episode was pretty pointless, and it could just, and maybe if they, maybe more so like up until like Maria Calavera's her backstory. If the episode mostly focused on that, like with a bit of extension, then I felt like that was a bit more appropriate. I'm not suggesting, again, I'm not telling the artist to do that. I'm just saying that's kind of what it kind of would have been better off as. Not suggesting, not saying anything. I'm just saying it kind of looks like it would, if we had a whole episode dedicated on Marie Calavera's life, then I think that kind of been more appropriate. And pretty much half of the scenes where they get to Arcus, that could have been like put into like a different episode, I guess, or something. Like that could have been expanded to a different episode, because like again, this episode was incredibly short and so little happened in so much in little time and whatnot. Because in hindsight, although we actually do get Hal, the Grim Reaper, apparently that's her pen name she goes by. Apparently, the Grim Reaper more or less had her eyes put out, but it seemed like Maria's story wasn't really expanded on much. Like it was here, it was there, you know. Like you saw it as soon as it went. So I'm just saying, I think if they had an episode more so dedicated surrounding her backstory, I think it would have kind of made more sense. Like it wouldn't be any real scene or plot issues with this episode. That's all I'm just saying. Not suggesting. Just saying it would have been better off if Maria had her own episode. I'm gonna have to get this at adequate. I mean, I did enjoy it. I kind of like the whole lighthearted Ruby tone going on. I mean, sometimes I feel like Ruby just tries too hard to be edgy and dark and serious and visceral. I kind of feel like they kind of try too hard on that, so it kind of leads to a lot of tone issues with Ruby here and there, and it kind of really puts me out of it with its really inconsistent, odd tone. So that's all I'm just saying. That's pretty much all I gotta say, man. If you like the discussion, if you like discussions like this, if you like my videos, if you like this channel, give it a thumbs up. Post in the comment section what y'all think about the discussion, my rants, and my theories on the episode and whatnot. Subscribe if you like if you like content like so and whatnot. Stick around for your boy, man. Trying to get over, man. Like literally just got one leg up right now. I'm not even gonna lie. So yeah, that's about it, man. Just support your boy, man. Stick around for your boy if you like content like this. And like always, man, the storm is watching y'all.